Well folks, welcome back to the workshop. Today we have a new OBD2 scanner sent on from launch. This is the new CRP123E. This is their professional OBD2 diagnostic scanner. Launch sent this in to have a wee look at and see what she's like. So let's have a little look. Now, what you'd like to see, nice decent bag for it to be stored on. Seems trivial, but when you have a decent tool, you want to keep it good. So what have we got? Bag, charging port, and your actual OBD2 lead for connecting it to your vehicle. Comes with a user manual and your quick start guide also. Now this brand of scanner, Launch, is probably one of the most popular and well-known brands of actual OBD2 scanners on the market today, especially for the home gamers. And this is their updated 0.2 model of the CRP123E. Now Launch sent this in to have a wee look at it, so I thought I would take it on, get a wee look, give a wee review on it, see what she's like. But also, I've been sent on other scanners before in the past. I thought I'd just give a wee roundup and give my own opinion on some of these more affordable car scanners out there in the market. So this particular one, the Launch 123E, what's she like? Decent machine overall, nice size, good enough screen size, not the biggest but easy to work with. No camera or anything on this here, she's just a dedicated scanner. She's got the port at the top, charger here and an on button, and obviously she's actually a touch screen display as well. So you don't have any other buttons apart from the screen and the on off button. Very simple, easy to use. So what has she got? She's actually a 4 system code reader. So she'll actually read codes for the engine, ABS, transmission and SRS. On top of that, she also has 7 reset functions. So the likes of your EPD, DPF, ABS, battery matching, oil reset. What else is there? Steering alignment, electronic throttle control. You can do all the resets on the likes of that there. So she's a decent enough tool. You can do plenty with her, and she can be used in plenty of places. So the likes of US, Europe and Asia. This is going to work all over. Can work in 11 different languages. Now what it actually works on, anything 12 volt basically. So you can use it in pickups, SUVs, cars, the lot. As long as it's 12 volt battery it's running on, this here is going to work. Works on up to 60 different brands from 1996 up to 2024. Basically up to 2021, maybe 2022, this thing can do just about everything you need to do on that year of car. Once you go to the newer stuff after that, you'll find it can actually do less functions depending on which model and which car. It's not because they're newer cars, they don't have the full updates on them just yet. So as well as reading codes and clearing functions, this also has auto VIN scan as well. So whenever you actually plug it onto a car, SUV or pickup truck, whatever, instead of putting in the vehicle details or go searching for the VIN number, you can actually use the auto scan in this here to actually scan the car itself. So it'll pick up the model of the car on its own and bring it up for you. Then it also has live data streaming as well. So you can actually work on the car and see live what's actually happening with the car, what's going on, which is very good for fault finding. If something's not working on the car and you actually want to narrow down what the problem could be, you can actually see live what different components are doing. Very handy function, comes in very useful. As well as that, you can just do your normal read and reset of your codes as well. So we're going to do all that inside a nice, small, easy to use, easy to carry about touchscreen display. With a plug and play lead, no wireless connectivity. Plug it in, do what you need to do, get her done. So this unit is coming in at more of a semi-professional sort of person. Anyone from the adventurous home mechanic to the professional, this unit is actually quite good for. And I'll explain why at the end for the professionals too. Why go for this type of unit, this brand Launch? 3 reasons. 1, lifetime free updates. These scanners can be very expensive, especially when it goes to updates. It's one thing to buy the unit, but a lot of brands you then have to update it then every year or so to keep the thing actually working. This here, lifetime free updates. The unit itself, 3 years warranty. And as well, one of the reasons I like this Launch brand So reviews will tell you, if you go looking at them, customer service, they actually do seem to care. If you look through the reviews, you'll always find somebody saying the thing's not doing what they want. Certain functions not working with a certain car, maybe a certain model. Get on to customer service, bang, problem solved. They seem to actually care about their customers and actually go above and beyond to help them. So I see that a lot in the reviews of people talking about these here. So, are they any good? Do they work? Yes, these things do the job. Exactly what they're meant to do. If you have a modern car and you do any sort of work to it, it's a no-brainer. You need to have an OBD2 scanner to actually clear fault codes on them now. It's not like 20 or 30 years ago. You can just do what you want, keep on going. There's sensors and resets and everything now, even down to just bleeding the brakes. It's an absolute pain. Plus the simple ones like an actual light coming on the dash, actually resetting it, diagnosing faults with the car, and actually doing fault codes and reads. Definitely, these things are very useful. For the likes of the home mechanic, somebody like that there, doing a wee bit at home, even semi-professional, very good system to have. Easy to use, straight to the point, gets the job done. When you go to the bigger, more professional ones, for the likes of the actual car dealerships, the bigger brands out there are just bigger money. Massive amount of money for the units themselves and even the updates. You think updating something yearly is expensive? Try €700 per quarter. These things, once you get out of these sort of size units, are very, very expensive. When you consider the price of the actual big professional ones, it's amazing what you can actually do with these launch brand ones. It's unreal, especially for the money. Now, these scanners in general, what are they like? To be honest, I've been sent on a few different ones to try out and review. They seem very good to me, but to be honest, I can't really test them all that much. I don't work on cars enough to actually give them a good proper test. So, to give them a proper bit of a test, I actually done a bit of a sneaky. I gave them to an actual dealership here locally. Gave them a couple of different units to try out, left them with them for a few weeks. Let them have a good thorough run through and see what they thought of them. Now, I didn't approach them asking to take them. They actually came to me asking to test a few of them out. Their scanner that they had in the garage was an expensive unit. They'd only just paid for a new update. Once they put on the update, the unit crashed. Their unit was just too old. The manufacturer says they had to buy a new unit to take the new update. That was going to cost a couple of grand. New update cost 700 plus licensing fees, a few more hundred. It's getting very expensive again. The owner actually happened to see me review an older one, so he wanted to test one out. They asked if they could just have a wee lend of one to test it. I gave them a few. They took them away to test them out. And basically, what I got back, everything up to 2021 to 2022, no problem. They seemed to do everything they needed to do. Resets, code reading, all that there sort of stuff, not a bother. Didn't do absolutely everything compared to one model to another or one brand to another. Each one was a little bit different. You had to just work it around it. But they did the job, especially for the money. Now, them being an actual main dealer, not say which brand or which garage, they still had to have the proper units. They still eventually had to go out and buy the big expensive one for the modern cars, the stuff coming off the assembly lines, because they'll be dealing with warranties and that. But even on top of that, they still bought a few of these scanners as well. Now, why would they go and buy a few of these scanners on top of the professional ones? Simple. The main brand expensive actual licensed car scanners, they run through everything that the car manufacturers dictate. So if they're doing a reset, they have to go through all the proper sets and protocol to clear every single light on the car, whatever it needs to be. That takes time, so it ends up sometimes these scanners can actually run faster and do the job quicker than the big expensive one. On top of that, because they just don't go through the exact same system of protocol as the other scanners, these can sometimes reset a code that the big ones won't. I know that might be a bit counterintuitive, but that's what actually happens from time to time. The big ones have to do things that the manufacturers dictate. So like an Audi or something, changing brake calipers, whenever they go to reset, everything for the Audi has to be done in a certain way. If everything else is checked and is not checked correctly, or they find something else, they can't do the reset. It doesn't work. And if it doesn't do the reset, it's not like you can just ring up customer service they're going to have bought the actual unit from a rep. If there's a problem, they're going to contact the rep. The rep doesn't know anything about them basically. They know how to sell them, they don't know how to use them. So if they have a problem, they don't get all that much help. So when they're not getting the help to get the thing reset, they can't get it reset, it's not doing what they want. Having a cheaper scanner like this here comes in very useful. Sometimes this will do a reset, the big one just won't do. These will actually just do the reset or clear the code, whatever it is they're having a problem with, but they'll do it in a way that's different from the big brand ones. So these here are actually very useful even for big professional car dealerships to have about. You'd be surprised how often they come in handy to just get one quick job done when you're having trouble with a more expensive brand. So would I recommend them? Definitely. If you're doing a bit of a mechanicing at home, or if you're a professional mechanic, it's a very handy piece of kit to have. Plenty of functions on it, plenty of resets, plenty you can actually do with it. Works in loads of different languages from all over the world, up to 60 different car brands from 1996 to 2024. I mean, what else do you need? That there is one unit. It's definitely worth having. The new launch CRP123E 2.0. Check it out if you're looking for an OBD2 scanner, lads. Definitely worth having.